I don't have my glasses on, so I apologize if I misread something. The plaintiff's motion for the temporary restraining order enjoining the search warrant issued by the state of Texas was granted. Now, it's a surprise to me, but, you know, hey, I'm just a noob, right? I think I know why. The motion heavily talked about electronic devices, cell phones, things like that. The warrant did not. It was not a warrant to search the cell phones or the electronic devices. It was a warrant to get information off of Google's servers. And there is a distinction, and I'm sure a lawyer is going to have lots of fun ripping into that distinction. Now, this was not contested, and they do mention cell phones all over it, but it was not contested. They note that notice was provided to the defendants. Remember, the motion was filed on the 17th, that was Friday, and the hearing was on the 20th, that's today. So there was not a whole lot of notice. You have to remember that attorneys for the state don't work over the weekends. So it may have come into the office late at night, and then what? You know, do they beat feet over there to try to contest it, or do they not? And apparently they chose not to. Or there was a defect in service. If you remember, they served the defendants, and the defendants, including the city of Leon Valley, may not be the ones who would be defending the search warrant. The search warrant, I don't know who the officer is. There was an affiant, and we do know that the affiant is a peace officer. I don't have access to the affidavit, so I don't know who that peace officer is working for. He may or may not be associated with the city of Leon Valley or the Leon Valley Police Department. That officer or the agency that's looking for this could be the district attorney's office or somebody like that. I just don't know. So it could be a defect in service. On short notice like this, it is entirely plausible that the judge did not fully research into everything, because it's not a huge deal. I'm just going to go ahead and say that it's not a huge deal. So it was the plaintiff's emergency motion for temporary restraining order is granted. The defendants are enjoined from searching, examining in any other way, viewing the contents or files of the devices seized by the defendants on the dates to which plaintiffs refer in their complaint. Now, that, I mean, if they just have a general want to search in those phones, that would be one thing. But if they have probable cause that's specific data that is useful on there, then they'll probably get right past this temporary restraining order. It is further ordered the defendants are enjoined from taking any actions in furtherance of their attempt to uncover, view, or examine any Google information on any of the plaintiffs. That's good luck in keeping that one going. Considering that the whole thing revolves around YouTube videos, good luck. I'm just going to go ahead with good luck on this one. It is further ordered that Google is enjoined from producing any records about any plaintiff to the defendants in any way relate to the allegations that are the subject of this litigation. Again, good luck. That's not gonna last. Once the defendants have, start picking specific documents that they want access to or need access to that are related to their the actual charges that they're dealing with. They were going in very much spaghetti fashion. They were going to try to get everything they could, and it is good that the temporary restraining order was granted, but it won't be granted for long. I don't believe. It is further ordered that the temporary restraining order expires in 14 days, and unless the court extends it for a like period or defendants consent to a longer extension. The defendants won't. And 14 days is the maximum that you could do a temporary restraining order. It's in the name, temporary. It's further ordered plaintiffs are not required to post a bond. A lot of times if you get a temporary restraining order, you got to post a bond. So what are we looking at? So what we're looking at is there's a couple ways that this is going to be attacked. Number one is if the plaintiffs did not give the prosecution notice. If the prosecution or whoever is conducting this search, or who has requested the search warrant and who has filled out the affidavit for it, etc., if they aren't given notice, then that is definitely something that you can attack them over, because you got to have notice. If it's issued without notice, then it must be set for a hearing. If it wasn't, if there's a defect in notice, then silly things happen. And I guess since this restraining order, temporary restraining order, is in a civil court, then things can get kind of wonky. But I've never been in federal civil court. I've just been in state civil court, and judges do a lot of things based on common sense and the interest of justice. So this would be one of those kind of grayish areas where the judge will make a good common sense ruling, I should say. I could be wrong. There might be some case expressly on point, but I doubt it. The other thing is a motion to dissolve. The adverse party can give, or the party who had the restraining order against them, so the prosecution, can give the plaintiffs 2 days notice to on a motion to dissolve the temporary restraining order. And I'm sure at some point in time they are going to, well, I'm not sure about this actually. They may well get together at some point in time and try to hammer out a deal where some things are allowed to be gone after and some things aren't. Or it may just be brute force. The state of Texas might, stick their foot in there and say, well, hey, bub, you're getting involved in a bit of territory that is Texas's bailiwick, and Texas really doesn't care for your shenanigans. So it could get really kind of wonky. So, but anyway, it's all interesting and fun, and I hope you're enjoying it. Once again, apparently I was wrong. See, I can say it. I didn't think this would fly, but this judge was very much enamored with cell phones. It's all over about cell phones. Cell phones. I mean, it's just everywhere. He goes on and on about cell phones. So I think that was part of the issue. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.